Okay, so tell me a bit more about the musical instruments that you play. The traditional instruments, what are they like? And what are they called?
Yes, sarangi. First, I would like to make you the connections in between Gandharba, which is my surname, and sarangi. Gandharba is a musician caste from the time of Hindu mythology. If you study the Mahabharata, if you study the Sishostani, there is in the mythology book there is you can find about our history, where Gandharva used to play music and the it's called like gods, not a god like like this omen with the white this called
Yes, like an angel.
angels used to dance.
Ah,
And if the god is really hard, very big problem, the Gandharva play music and make them happy.
yes. So it pleases the gods.
This is the god, yeah. And it has been passing those things to the human generations, like this generations, and our our ancestors used to play this music, and it's still passing to us. It's about 100 years. You can see like in the Hindu mythology, you can say there's 2,000 years, which has been practiced in Nepal after the Gautam Buddha or before the Gautam Buddhas. So on that time there is also Gandharva, and in the 17th century there is also Gandharva, and in 21st century there is also Gandharva, and they are identified as a sarangi. When they carried the sarangi instrument,
And what does the sarangi look like?
it is look like upside down violin.
Ah, I've seen some people carrying them around the
Yes,
street.
yes,
Yeah.
It looks like upside down violin. It's beautiful sound, and those musical instrument is a bond between the Gandharva and the sarangi. If you separate it, if you put sarangi, a musical instrument, in a side, and put me here, there's no identification of me. You know?
So you're identified with the instrument.
Yeah,
It's
we-
you.
Yeah, it's me. It's an instrument. So this instrument becomes sarangi. Sarangi is Gandharva. That's how it has been connected from a long time.
And when you play it, how do you feel?
It is, you cannot express, I think. It's different. When you have your instrument, we never learn from the teachers. It just come to us. We just see because we have seen our grandfather playing, we have seen our father playing, we have seen our brother playing, we have seen our cousin playing. So it just passes. You know,
Yeah.
the vibes. It's already in your body.
Yeah.
So when you feel it, it's like it's different. That it's satisfaction and happiness inside
Yeah.
that you cannot express. I think. Yeah. It's
Uh,
amazing, different.
And I've heard your group play. What's your group called?
It's called Gandharva Group.
Yeah.
Uh,
And what sort of instruments are they playing?
we are playing sarangi, upside down violin. I'm just telling you it's upside down violin. You cannot express it as it is
Yeah.
because it's called sarangi.
Yeah.
Drum.
Yeah.
It's,
Everybody plays drums, don't they? That's very common.
yes, it's a rhythm of Nepal. So
The heartbeat.
yeah, heartbeat of Nepal. And tambourine, flute, murchunga. We play those instruments here in Kathmandu Guest House.
And it really you can really feel the harmony
Yes.
when you're all playing together, and it's actually very happy music.
Yes.
And I know that as a clown, that's why I keep jumping up and down. You know, it's like I keep moving. I would love to have a group of you following me
all around the world.
and some clowns. Can you imagine the joy and the peace we'd create?
Yes, I think that's why we met. Because when I finished my high school, that time there was a revolution, like civil war in Nepal.
Yes.
And I was so much thinking about, because I'm every day hearing in the radio, in the television, in the newspaper, oh, there is 100 people died, there is a bomb blast, and there is
Yep.
that and that and that. Everywhere is violence in civil war. And as soon as it's finished after 12 years war in Nepal, I was feeling that, oh, we need to share the message of the peace to the world. So we have a musical instrument, which is one of the best tools of aware people.
Yeah.
One of the best tools of attracting all the people together. So
Unity, creating unity.
Yes, and
Yep.
that's how I feel like, okay, I cannot sit like this. That I cannot hear every day like, there is 10 people died, there is ambush, there is one thing, there is that thing. It's every day happening. Somebody lost their hand, somebody lost their family, somebody lost
Yeah.
their father, somebody lost their mother. I can hear this every day. I
Yep.
couldn't change the world, but I can at least spread my heart, the importance of peace in the world. So I unified the peoples. Like I told my ideas to the friends, a musician friend, and we become together. Oh, it's a good cause. Let's play music together for spreading the message of peace to the world.
Yeah.
So we plan and we plan and we plan, and we become 7 people together, young, we all young, and we started to run our campaign. At the beginning, we says
Campaign, yeah.
we just play inside the Kathmandu Valley,
Yeah.
and we played inside the Kathmandu Valley with different schools. We went to different schools because we felt that it is important for us to give the message to the young children who are in the school, and they are most affected from the war, and we have to teach them the disadvantage of war within the country and the advantage of peace within the country, within the world. So we went to play music in the school and telling them through the music that what is the peace like and what is the war like.
Yeah, that's really great.
Yes, and
Yeah.
we also play the music and do a drama, a bit of drama, and we also want to make them involvement in our drama, that what they can feel it from the heart. They're not working, they're just playing with us, but they're learning.
Yes.
So the children who are from 5 years till 16 years, we make them involvements in our projects. Like from different schools, like they says, okay, today we're playing school A, and we says, oh, from this school we can bring 2 children and tell them what we learned from that, from previous work. And we also play music so they all can dance and smile, and like, I was feeling that I want to continue it for a long life, because it's so different when you go to school and go to the children,
Yeah.
and play music.
Yeah.
Oh, they forget everything. They forget everything and they started to smile.
They live in
laugh.
the moment, don't they?
Yes. And we have done that project, so you are also doing the same thing.
Yeah.
So it could be that we can follow, we can join together to travel the world to spread the message.
I think so, and I think what's important here too is living in the moment and being peace. And what you very wisely did was give them the experience of what peace feels like.
Yes.
Whereas what we see with activism today is people are opposing governments,
Yeah.
and they're protesting, and I can understand why they do that. But the focus tends to be on violence, on negativity,
Yeah, negativity.
which
Lot.
doesn't produce peace.
It's never happened. It's
no.
never gonna establish any peace when they work through activism or revolution or kind of movement they are using now as
Yeah.
tools, which I am pretty sure it doesn't establish the peace, but it creates more violence.
Well, and discord. When really conflict resolution, for example, gets people to focus on the problem, not the people. So you don't hate, for example, the Maoists or the government, but you demonstrate through your own actions what peace is really like.
Yes.
So perhaps those who are in discord, who are fighting, can notice that you can actually have peace. And many of those people active in the violence and the wars were people not at peace.
Yeah.
And from what I understand, not educated either. They hadn't really thought through how they can, govern in a way that does represent people and not their own interests. So what you've done in the schools is a fantastic initiative, and being young people demonstrating not through guns but through music
Yes.
is a very, very powerful force for peace, I think.
Yes, it is. Yes.
So tell me about your concept of a social enterprise. You've created the Gandharba
Gandharba
Society,
in
Nepal. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yes. When I finished my high school, I of course need to work. So because I cannot go to university if I do not work. So as I'm working as a marketing representative in a multinational company, I worked there for 2 years, and I transferred to the cigarette factory, cigarette works, to distribute it, and I become a marketing coordinator, and I learned so much there. But I felt like my energy should not be used for this kind of things because my people are suffering. my people are so much suffering in the villages, like where I have passed my childhood. I knew that my peoples around Nepal are still in the same situation when I was born, where I was living.
Yeah.
So I think like, oh, I have to quit this job and work for my community. So I came in the Kathmandu and in Tamil, and there was an organization called Gandharba Cultural Art Organization, where I work as a volunteer there to help our people. And I worked there for 2 years, and I became a member of the organizations. And after 2 years, after 1 year, I became a general secretary. And when I was planning to work there, these older people who are already old, they don't want to learn new trick.
Yeah.
It's very difficult for me to implement my vision in this kind of situation. So I was thinking that, oh, I cannot stay like this. I cannot stay passive. I'm not born for passive, living passive. So I says like, okay, we all young people have to become together who are a little bit understanding and well educated. So we all come together, all Gandharbas, young ladies and gents. We are together. We're 9 of us. And we says, okay, we need to form a new NGO called Gandharba Society Nepal. And
What does that mean? The first word, Gandharba. What does that mean?
Is our surname, our
Your-
caste.
Yes, your caste.
Our caste.
Is that a musical caste?
Musical
Yeah,
caste, yeah.
yeah.
If you go in Nepal and ask anyone what is Gandharba means, they say, oh, who play the sarangi?
Yeah.
So there is identification between
With the
sarangi
instrument.
with the
Yeah.
instrument.
Isn't that interesting?
Yes, it
yeah,
is. And I have seen so much potential in our community that we have a music. So we can change a lot. We can attract a lot of things into our community. And we form an NGO called Gandharba Society Nepal with the registration of in Chief District Office, Social Welfare Council, and PAN numbers and District Development Office. We have passed all those legal procedures to form these organizations. And within this organization, we are running few projects now where we are giving scholarship to the children education project in our villages
Yep.
where our children need to go to school. So we are encouraging them to send to school, not only the men. The young ladies, the ladies also need to go to school. We are encouraging them through giving them a scholarship. And we are also doing a cultural preservation work, like we are doing event. Just recently done in 22nd of February. We did a big event with the international artists. We invited from America, Japan. We invited them here. They also played their music on their city as a folklorist, their folk music. We invited them here and playing together to change the extend our cultures. So we played here, and we also work as a encouragement for people in the villages, like women training. We
Yes.
give women training in the villages. Like if they, we only cannot say that I give you 500 rupees, which will support to buy books for your children and send it to the school. We need to give them 360 degrees of solution that how their family could be aware of educations and aware of sustainable economic generations and aware of sending their children in school. So for that, we need to give them a sustainable economic generations process. When they have a food, they can send their children to school. When there is no food, all those families have to come together and make food.
Yes, and this is what sustainable
Yes.
development is actually about, isn't it?
Yes.